Many of you might remember Amy from the ABC special I did back in the spring. Feels like years ago now. Shame, Blame, and the Weight Loss Revolution. What happened after you went on Mounjaro?
Immediately, almost within days, that voice that I've had in my head since I always say my earliest memories, 5 years old. I remember thinking about food, when I'm going to eat food, how much I'm going to eat food, where I'm going to, what I just ate, how many calories was it. And all of a sudden I took this medication and it felt like I was freed. Like I literally felt like I'd been trapped. And it felt like I don't have to think about this all the time anymore.
And Amy is zooming in from Naperville, Illinois. Amy, hello. Good to see you again.
It's so good to see you.
I remember you telling us your highest weight was around 300 pounds, and you found out that you had diabetes and your A1C numbers were dangerously off the charts, and then you went on Mounjaro in March of 2023, as I recall, right? And you lost 160 pounds in 1 year. What has happened since we last spoke?
So much has happened. The one thing that's remained the same is that I've now maintained the weight loss for about a year now. And in that period of time,
that is in itself is huge,
yeah, it's
right?
wonderful.
That's wonderful.
So wonderful. I mean, that I always say that it wasn't about losing weight for me. I knew how to lose weight. It was how to maintain the weight loss. Yeah. So for me now, having maintained for a year is pretty great, and I'm pretty proud of myself for that. And during that time, I have sort of established this sort of community of people on social media who are kind of feeling the same as you and I, where it's all about, I am so tired of feeling bad about my weight, and I'm so tired of being shamed for my weight. And it's not my fault, and I'm not alone in this.
Yes.
And I'm ashamed, and I'm tired of people shaming me for being on Ozempic or being on another GLP-1 medication. So it's been kind of a whirlwind since we last chatted.
And I hear you're getting messages, hundreds of messages every week from people online. What is the number one question that people are asking you, or comments that are coming to you?
People want this time to be different. Like I said before, I knew how to lose weight. I didn't know how to sustain it, because often when I was losing weight, I would feel that I was starving myself. I wasn't giving myself the right nutrients. I wasn't allowing myself to have a piece of my daughter's birthday cake at her party, because if I ate carbohydrates, I was going to gain weight. And so this time around, people want to know how to do it differently. So they might be on a GLP-1 medication, or maybe they're not yet, or they're thinking about it, but they want to know, how can I heal my relationship with food? How can I heal my relationship with my body? It goes so beyond the exercise regimen and the diet changes, but how can I really heal that part?
Well, I just want to applaud you, because you took what was one of your greatest pains and shames and have now turned it into a powerful movement for yourself and to help other people. What are the biggest misconceptions that people are sharing with you about the GLP-1 weight loss drugs? What are they saying?
Oh my gosh, it's all day long, unfortunately. On social media platforms, people continue to say you're lazy if you're on a GLP-1 medication, you're lacking motivation, you should just be able to go to the gym. It's only for diabetes. You shouldn't take it if it's for weight loss.
Yeah. People don't even know that there's a drug that's been created specifically for weight loss. And so
absolutely. I am told all the time.
A couple of years ago, people were saying, oh, you're taking drugs away from the diabetics. That is no longer true, because there is a specific drug for diabetics and a specific drugs for people who are trying to lose weight. And what else are they saying to you?
I think people just assume that GLP-1 medications, often they'll just phrase it as, well, all it does is make you starve yourself. That's all it does. There's not more to it. And when you get off the medication, you're going to gain all the weight right back. And so much shaming around these meds, to the point of your face looks a certain way if you're on these medications, or your body looks a certain way.
Ozempic face and Ozempic butt. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Exactly. I'm told I have Ozempic face and Ozempic butt. And in reality, it's just blue skin from significant weight loss. It has nothing to do with the medication. But, medications like Ozempic and Mounjaro are, in my opinion, a perfect sort of scapegoat for the continuation of shaming people in larger bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't agree more. It's you literally can't win. You cannot win. You're shamed if you have obesity. You're shamed if you don't have. If you don't try and lose weight. You're shamed if you lose weight. You're shamed if you use the medicines. If you don't use the medicines, there's literally no winning. So, I wholeheartedly agree. You are sharing your story so vulnerably and bravely online, and you're fighting for what's right. And what's right is to stop shaming and blaming people. Just let people do what they do. You're taking care of your health.
Yeah.
And people ask me all the time how I kind of deal with a lot of the negativity that comes my way. And to me, I mean, so many people, when I talk about food noise or when I talk about obesity being a disease, they're like, I thought I was the only person that had these thoughts up here. And that outweighs the, no pun intended, that outweighs the other stuff, the negativity that, comes my way.
Well, you know what else I realized too, Amy and Dr. Anya, is that the people who are shaming oftentimes have never experienced the food noise themselves. They don't even know what you're talking about when you're saying food noise. And so that brings us to the point of, I interviewed Mel Robbins recently, who has a great book out called Let Them. You just have to let them say what they say, do what they do, and let yourself understand the power of what you're doing by creating community and building connection with people who've experienced some of the same things and are looking to improve their health. I'm so happy to know. First of all, you were telling me that back in March when we talked, that you were still trying to adjust to buying the right size for yourself because you were still thinking that you needed to get larger sizes. Has that eased itself?
It's definitely gotten better. Even though I've now been on this medication for about 2 years now, I've been on this weight loss journey, so to speak, for about 2 years, I have to remind myself that this was decades. I mean, since I was a little girl of thinking one way about my body and about food. And so lots of progress has been made, but there's still times where I'm folding laundry and I look at a pair of pants and I'm like, whose pants are these? There's no way these still fit your body. But I'm coming to terms with it. I challenge myself. I take pictures of myself now. I had no pictures of myself with my children from when they were little. I take pictures. That kind of thing challenges some of that thinking, but I think it's going to still take more time.
Yeah. In another conversation, Dr. Anya and I were talking to a woman who said she's kept herself out of every picture in her entire life with her family.
Wearing dark colors.
Or standing behind other people or standing to the side or trying to avoid the picture.
Yeah.
We're glad you're putting yourself in the picture now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. Good to see you again.
You too.
Keep up the great work you're doing. Where do we find you online? What is your...
on TikTok and Instagram, it's Amy in Half.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Keep it up.